Greetings. Merry Christmas to all small group members.
Okay. Sure, you said it. Hey everyone, welcome to Chris's Corner. This is the last corner of the year, and we've changed the setup a bit, and also dressed up.
We thought, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's very exciting.
It's also, not everyone knows Lucas, but Lucas faithfully runs our video here at The Way, and he always is on the other side of this camera. And it's actually, he's finishing on staff, and it's his last time filming.
So thank you, Lucas, for all you
Maybe we could get him over here from
Yeah, why don't you just come?
Yeah,
You look so good today.
Yeah, he looks good. It's a great toque. This is our pal, Lucas.
Here he is.
Can we just give it up for Lucas wherever
Everyone
we're
give him a
at?
hand.
Rachel's here. That's one person clapping.
Yeah.
Lucas, we love you, and
You're
we're going to
awesome,
miss
man.
you. And that was cool. We've never done a celebration like that, besides
that's
Dan Martin's birthday.
Dan Martin's birthday. Every year, Dan Martin's birthday.
And we always celebrate Dan Martin's birthday. And
He moves back to New Zealand, doesn't matter.
And when our full-time video production person finishes on the team,
good.
we bring them up. These are just rules.
Yeah, we're making rules. Hey, we have some announcements, though.
We do. There's more happening at The Way.
Yeah.
Firstly, I want to talk about Christmas Eve services. We've mentioned them a couple times, but we're doing, how many are we doing? Four. We're doing 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. in North Vancouver, 4 p.m. at Strathcona, and then a 6:30 p.m. service at West Point Grey, and it's actually in partnership with West Point Grey Baptist Church, which is really special. And we have a website, I think it's thewaychurch.ca/Christmas, with all the info, and then we're doing we have like handouts and door hangers, and we want to invite you to invite neighbors and friends to come to church on Christmas Eve. It's an amazing time to invite people, and we encourage you to do that.
And then Christmas Day, we have an online service that we're filming, so you can participate at home in that. And on January 2nd, we've rented a skating rink. My understanding is we rented the whole rink.
That's my understanding.
And we're gonna
It'd be tough to rent a quarter of it. Would not be as cool.
That would be. Could you try, though?
I wouldn't want to.
Because
whole rink we have.
Whole rink, and we're going to be ice skating together.
Can't wait.
We'd also want to thank you for being part of the small group journey, but also for being a part of the church, and for giving faithfully to the ministry here.
Yeah.
And it's year end, and so we're inviting people to prayerfully consider how they'd want to invest in the ministry going forward.
And we want to say that there are some things that we long to do in the next year, and a lot of them are to do with inviting our church into deeper discipleship and producing curriculum and booklets and starting new ministries and recognizing that we might need to expand the team as the church grows. And so we just invite you, as those who are so invested in the church and all that's going on, to really pray even and go, is there anything that God would call me to give at the end of the year? And that is something we don't always talk about, something we always do want to invite you into, and to prayerfully consider if you're now part of the church and that's maybe a new thought for you. And there's one more thing I want to say is that I've mentioned this a couple of times, that small groups take a break from your Christmas parties next week all the way to January 23rd and 24th. And that's a long break. But we're doing a week of prayer January 2nd, and then that whole week, every day, we're going to have prayer in the morning and the afternoon, and then the Monday and the Friday nights, we're doing like a prayer and worship nights. And so just want you to get that on the calendar, know that's happening. It kind of sneaks up on us coming into the new year. But just encourage you to think about that week and go, oh yeah, I can go and be part of a prayer meeting at the church. And so we're excited for that.
Yeah, and if you feel like that month or so apart is too long, get creative, get together in other ways. Come ice skating together, January 2nd. That would be a great small group activity.
It really would be.
Yeah. Well, this past Sunday, we had a special Sunday. It was called Family Sunday, and it was a shorter service. It was definitely more casual, and the message was only 10 minutes long. And I was speaking primarily to kids.
Because they were in the room.
They were in the room, they were with their parents, and that was very exciting. And what I spoke on was John the Baptizer, which Alita also spoke about him.
He's getting a lot of attention.
Attention. But what we'd encourage you to do as a small group for conversation is actually read through the prologue to John's Gospel. John chapter 1, verses 1 to 18. There's
Yeah.
so much there to talk about.
There is.
There's stuff about, the Word becoming flesh, and, the message has it moving into the neighborhood or tabernacling amongst us. What does
Yeah.
that mean? How does
Yeah.
that move our hearts to worship Christmas season, to think that God so loved us that he entered into history and took on humanity? You could talk about the Trinity. That would be fun. But you could also just lean into what John says about John the Baptizer, that he came as not the light, but as a witness to the light,
Beautiful.
who is Jesus. And we'll have questions for you around those different themes. And so we'd encourage you to dive into that.
Yeah. And also, as much as we don't have small groups happening for a few weeks coming up, I encourage you to talk a little bit about what your hopes are and maybe even what your fears are going into this Christmas season. For some, it might be fear of loneliness or painful memories. For others, there's hopes for breakthrough, or maybe a friend experiencing hearing the gospel or whatever it might be. And I encourage you to share that with one another and then to pray into those things together. And it's kind of just a great gift to hear one another in that and know how you can be praying and being there for one another over the Christmas season. So that's all for today.
Yeah, have a great small group.